Niagara College. So, everyone, please get acquainted with the representatives, uh, RC Russell and Divine Lacuna. Okay. Roy, he's one of my colleagues. He'll be presenting today's presentation for Kanata and okay, uh, RC and Divine who will be going first. Hello, am I audible ba? Sorry, yeah.
Hi, Andre. Sorry, who will present first?
Good
Yes.
evening.
Okay. Okay. RC, would you like to go first? Are you ready for your presentation ba?
Sure. Either one of us going first is just fine.
Okay, sure thing.
Okay.
See, yeah. Okay.
Uh,
First we'll be presenting Centennial and then followed by Niagara. So please, if you have any questions, type them in the chat. We'll be getting a question and answer portion later on after we presented everything. Okay. Okay, RC, stage is yours.
Thanks, Andre. Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us this evening, and of course for Kanata for organizing this webinar. So to start, let me just share my screen. Oops. Okay, there you go. Just let me know if there's any problem with the audio on or the presentation. So to start again, everyone, my name is Arce Rosel. I'm the Philippine representative of Centennial College. And just to give you first a better idea of Centennial, um, there we go. We are located in Ontario, which is home of one of the largest Filipino communities in Canada. And it's also one of the most populous province as well in Canada. So Centennial College is one of the oldest or one of the first publicly funded college in Ontario, and we're also one of the largest publicly funded college as well. And we are located right at the business and financial of Canada, Toronto. So this is essentially where most people in Canada or Ontario would go to if they're looking for better career or work opportunities. In fact, almost half of Ontario's population is living within the greater Toronto area. So currently the population is around 8 to 9 million for the greater Toronto area. So it's a very big and lively city as well. It's also currently the #1 fastest growing tech hub in North America. Of course, being in Toronto as well, you can really expect that it's going to be a very culturally rich city. Lots of diversity, lots of career opportunity, and of course, a big Filipino community as well, especially since if you will be studying at Centennial College, we're known to be one of the most culturally diverse post-secondary institution in Canada. We have over 13,000 international students coming from over 130 different countries. And currently, the Filipino community is the second largest for our international students. So last year alone, we were able to welcome almost 2,400 new Filipino international students. So it's really very easy to be with your fellow Filipinos. At the same time, you still get that cultural experience of staying and living in Toronto and studying at Centennial College. So these are our campuses. We have 5 main campuses that are home to 7 academic schools. Our main campus is in Progress. That's where we have most of our programs in business, engineering, hospitality, and some of our applied sciences programs as well. So to give you a better idea of how it looks like, so it's all within the greater Toronto area. So here on the left side, you can see here, that's our Dallasville campus. That's where we have our aviation and aerospace programs. And then closest to downtown, that would be our Story Arts Center. That's where we have most of our programs in our School of Communication, Media Arts and Design. It's one of our smaller campuses, but it's one with it's one of my favorite, especially because it has a very homey feeling to it. and professors and students there are just very um, they really like collaborating with each other, and especially you get to see all of their amazing work throughout the campus. And in our Action Big campus, that is where we have most of our programs in our School of Transportation, and just near our Progress campus is our Morningside campus where we have our healthcare program. So generally, Toronto has a really good public transportation, so it's generally easy to go from one campus to another. But for most of our programs, you're really gonna be just staying in one campus. So going back to our main campus Progress, that's also where we have our Centennial Place or student residences. This is where we have this is also the same building where we have our School of Hospitality, Tourism, and Culinary Arts. It's just in front of the main building of our Progress campus. And you can also choose to stay here. So this is where we also have our very own cafe and restaurant at the ground floor. And you'll get to see a lot of our students in our culinary programs working as well in the kitchen. So generally the local or our cafe and restaurant has two sections. One section is where we have the fine dining, where you will be served by students, and everything that you will eat is being prepared by the students as well. You can have a 5-course meal there, and that's one of the experiences I really recommend you having if you're going to be studying at Centennial. And on the other side of the local cafe and restaurant is where we have some snacks that you can grab and go, especially if you're in a hurry for your classes, or you can even grab a coffee there as well. So those are just some of the things that you can expect here at Centennial Place. There, so it's just it's just very close as well to the main campus building. So these are everything. This is pretty much everything that you can expect there. Lots of amazing amenities for you to enjoy. A mini grocery store, fully furnished rooms, and even a 24-hour fitness center as well. So I really recommend applying for the accommodation as early as you can if you're already decided in studying at Centennial, because it runs out of availability very quickly. I believe we're about to start accepting as well reservations for fall 2023. So it's a really good time to start applying for it if you're already decided in studying at Centennial. If you're looking to stay outside of the campus, we will be giving you a welcome package as well, where you can browse some of the options that you have for off-campus accommodation. So there's a lot of options available for you. And aside from just browsing them online, we also have some partner hotels that you can stay in for a couple of days with a student rate, so that you can first check out everything, all of the accommodations that you have viewed online. So going to our program, so we have 7 academic schools. We have the School of Advancement. This is where we have most of our foundation programs. The Business School, School of Communications, Media Arts and Design, School of Community and Health Studies, School of Engineering and Applied Sciences, School of Hospitality, Tourism, and Culinary Arts, and our School of Transportation. So I'm just going to be highlighting a few programs in each academic school. But if you want to view the full list of programs, they're all published on our website. And on our website, you can also see the full details of each program. You can see the course curriculum, the tuition fee, which of our industry partners are hiring, or companies that are hiring for graduates in that program. So pretty much every detail that you need to know is all available in our website. Currently, we have over 200 full-time programs available across these 7 academic schools. So all of these programs are eligible for post-graduation work permit. Most of our programs are 1 to 3 year programs. So I'll just be highlighting a few for each academic school. So starting with the business school, these are some of the fields that we have. I believe we also have some programs related to fashion design or fashion management. Along with that, we have accounting and finance, marketing, business, leadership and management, law and court services, office administration, and even supply chain and operations management. Generally, we usually have a certificate program for these fields, or a post-secondary program, or a postgraduate certificate program. Next is our community and health studies. Some of these programs would either be in our main campus progress, or some of them most of them would be in our Morningside campus, and some of them would be in our Ashtonby campus as well. So depending on the program, but usually you will be just we will just be staying in one campus. So we have the early child education. It's a very in-demand program right now, especially for our fall, especially considering that for our fall 2023 intake, it's already full and close, even though we just opened our application. We just started start accepting applications a few days ago. So if you want to get into our very in-demand programs, it's really ideal if you can already submit your applications as early as you can. Right now, we can only secure a seat for January 2024 for some of our most popular programs. That also includes the personal support worker program and our pharmacy technician. I believe we still have a few seats available for our recreational leisure. Fitness and health promotion also just got filled up very quickly. So generally for healthcare and community studies, it runs out of seats very quickly. So you can still apply for the next available intake. For our communications, media, arts, and design, we have a variety of creative programs to choose from. We have programs in music, media, communications, writing, arts, design, and animation. So lots of creative programs to choose from, and these are mostly in our Story Arts Center campus. So it's one of our campuses that's closer to downtown Toronto, and it's really most of the programs here would also require additional requirements or a sample portfolio. So it's a very there's a lot of fun programs that you can choose from these for this academic school, but you would generally need to also submit your sample portfolios, or depending on the program, we will also publish it on our website if there's any additional requirements necessary. Generally, communications, media, art, and design is one of the more stricter schools where we usually have additional requirements for the students. Next, for our engineering, technology, and applied sciences, we have lots of engineering programs and also aviation, aerospace programs, and manufacturing programs, and even sustainable design and renewable technologies. So you really can expect to be working with some of the best facilities while taking one of our engineering programs. Just for example, for our aerospace programs, we are very closely partnered with Bombardier Aerospace. They have even the recent donation that they have made to our campus was the Global 7500, and it's one of the largest business class jet in the world right now, and it costed them about $75 million to build that plane, and they're really heavily invested in the quality of students that we are producing. That's why they have given that to our downstream campus just for our students to use throughout their learning experience. So you can expect a lot of that throughout all of our different campuses, and of course we have also really heavily invested in all the equipments and facilities that our students get to use. So you really can expect that the learning environment would echo the working environment you will eventually be in after you graduate, and you really get to practice most of the hands-on learning and the practical skills that you need to learn before you start applying for jobs. Next, for our hospitality, tourism, and culinary arts, like I said, we have our own cafe and restaurant that's 100% operated by the students. We have our own guest suites and event center, and we pretty much have a lot of industry partners as well for our programs here as well. Next, in our School of Transportation, we also have programs in automotive, heavy duty, and truck and coach. So these are mostly programs in our Ashtonby campus. That's one of our first campuses that was ever built. And we're considered to be one of the largest transportation trainers in Canada as well. So if you want to learn something about automotive or how you can fix an engine, we have a lot of programs related to that in this academic school. We also have the School of Advancement, but it's not really recommended to Filipino international students, simply because For Filipino international students, we're already waiving the English proficiency test, and most of the students taking our programs under the School of Advancement are those who failed the assessment test. And we are pretty much already exempt from that as long as we can submit a medium of instruction letter from both our high school and college. So it's more recommended that you already apply for a major program instead. And recent update that we have is we're already offering a 1+1 graduate certificate program for programs that do not have a program admission session, and strictly for 1-year postgraduate certificate program. So you can combine 2 postgraduate certificate programs if you want to apply for a 2-year study permit, and of course, so that you can already secure your seat for the next program that you want to take after finishing your first program. So this also gives you the advantage of being eligible for the 3 years post-graduation work permit after you graduate. And as a bonus, we also have loyalty scholarships available where you can have an automatic 1,000 Canadian dollar scholarship on your second year, plus another 1,000 if you have a GPA of at least 3.3. So a total of up to 2,000 Canadian dollars in scholarships if you apply for our 1+1 postgraduate certificate programs. There are also several ways for you to get involved in the college. In fact, we have a Filipino student association as well, and it's currently one of the fastest growing, and I believe it's already currently one of the largest community that we have on campus. So you can definitely join that. They do a lot of fun things to do, so that of course it's going to be a lot easier for all the new students to adjust, especially since they're moving to a new country. And aside from that, we even have a lot of recreational activities that we do on campus. So that's on top of the several other student associations that you can join. And the great thing about the student association as well is we actually hire over, just in our Progress campus, we hire over 500 international students on a semestral basis, just for all the opportunities that we open up for the student association. So you're free to apply for those jobs as well, and those jobs are on-campus jobs, so that's on top of the 20 hours of work that you're allowed to do outside of the campus. And of course, lots of recreational activities are available on campus as well. Literally all of our campuses have their own gyms and wonderful equipments for you to use as well. For the requirements, you might either be an old curriculum graduate or a K-12 graduate. It's pretty much the same, except for old curriculum graduates, we will need both your high school and college transcripts and diploma. We can also already waive the IELTS or English proficiency test. Just submit a medium of instruction letter. Resume may be asked of you depending on the program that you are applying for. And for K-12 graduates, if you're applying for a post-secondary programs, just your senior high school transcript and diploma would be enough for us to issue an offer for most of our post-secondary programs. For postgraduate, we will also need your college transcripts and diploma. Also, we're already, like I mentioned earlier, we're already waiving the IELTS or English proficiency test for students who studied here in the Philippines. Even if you're not a Philippine passport holder, as long as you studied here, we can already waive the English proficiency test. Just secure the medium of instruction letter from both your high school and your college. For the tuition fee, it's pretty much the same throughout all of our programs. It's around 17,000 to 19,000 Canadian dollars for 1 year or 2 semesters. We don't have any application fees as well. And when you already have all the requirements ready, you can already get the assistance from Kanata to submit all of the requirements necessary so that they can already submit it for you. For the tuition fee, you will only need to pay the initial deposit. That is 2,650 Canadian dollars. And once you have paid that and send us the receipt, we can already give you your letter of acceptance, and you will already use that for your study permit application. Do note, however, that for some programs, you might be required to pay the first semester in full, just because those are very in-demand programs, and we also try to prioritize the students who can already pay the the first semester fees in full already, but these are only for a very few in-demand programs like our early childhood education program. For the rest of the programs, after pay the deposit, you only need to settle the first semester tuition fee about 2 months before the semester starts, and then you just pay on a per semester basis. Okay. Also, looking at the International Student Barometer or different indices and surveys online as well, we have consistently ranked as the #1 college in the Greater Toronto area for both employer and student satisfaction. So students are happy with the quality of education that we are providing them, and employers are also happy with the quality of students that we are sending their way. And just to give you an idea of some of our industry partners, we currently have over 1,500 industry partners helping us in the development of our curriculum and our learning outcomes. So that makes sure that everything that we're teaching you is going to be relevant in the field that you will be entering. These same companies also provide our students with field placement opportunities, co-op opportunities, and you might be familiar with some of them as well, like Samsung, Facebook, Google, Ford, just to name a few. And many of our students eventually manage to apply for jobs in these companies as well. When it comes to your job search, we have an employment center for every one of our campuses. Just feel free to visit that so that you can get access to our resources. You can even have your resume printed there. And we have employment consultants who can help you as well in your job search and help you give you some tips. They sometimes do workshops as well on how you can do better in your interviews or in your job search process. Even if you have your spouse with you, we can also help them out with that as well, because some of these companies are really also reaching out to us for some potential students that they can eventually employ as well. Okay. And looking at our international student enrollment, so this was for 2021 to 2022, we have almost 13,000 international students from 139 different countries. And like I mentioned earlier, the Philippines is already our second the top 2 country of origin of our international students, with almost 2,400 new students entering in our January, May, and September 2022 intakes alone. And since we do have a lot of international students enrolled, I believe we've also been the #1 choice of international students for 6 consecutive years. That was from 2013 to 2019. We really also strive to do our best to make sure that they have all the support that they need. Just to give you an idea, for all of our campuses as well, we pretty much have friendship rooms available as well for each campus. So that's what we call them. And whenever you're feeling lonely or having a hard time adjusting in the environment, you can feel free to talk to any one of our staffs there, and they're just there to help cheer up some of our students. So make sure that they have all the support that they need. We even have success advisors available. If you are struggling academically with any of your programs, we can help connect you with some of our free tutoring, help you form study groups. So for any academic concerns, visit your success advisors as well. The earlier you can visit them, as long as you know you're already having a hard time with some of your subjects, we pretty much offer free tutoring on that. And then even when you're already when your concern is about your study permit, or eventually if you're applying for a study permit extension or a PR application, we also do workshops with our licensed Canadian immigration consultants available in our international advising team. Okay. And last but not least, if you for your flight to Toronto, we also have partnered with Philippine Airlines so that you can avail a discounted fare for your trip. Just submit your study permit approval and letter of acceptance to PR_corporate@pal.com.ph. It's available for all of our 2023 intakes. So be sure to take advantage of that, and you can even avail that discount as well with your companions. Maximum of 2 companions can avail of it. Just have them submit proof of relationship. Okay. So that pretty much ends my presentation. I'll be here later on as well if you have any questions. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much for that very detailed presentation, RC. So yeah, Centennial has a lot of programs available for any industry or trade that you might be in. So definitely take a look at it. Employability rates are very high. So if you're looking for the best opportunities, Centennial would not be a place that you want to miss. Okay. Okay. Let's proceed with our next presentation. Divine, are you ready?
Yes, I am ready, Andre. Thank you, Andre. So I'm
Okay.
just going to share my screen.
Sure thing.
Hopefully everyone can see my screen. Okay, so hi, I am Divine Lacuna. I'm the Global Business Development Senior Officer of Niagara College, Canada. If you in your screen you would see ayan, the bucket list of anyone who wants to come to Canada. So if you're looking or to remember Niagara College, just remember Niagara Falls. Okay. So where does Niagara College located is? So we are located in the province of Ontario. Okay. In the southern part of Ontario. So we are 1 hour, 30 minutes away from downtown Toronto and just few minutes away from Buffalo, New York border. So Niagara region is the border, yan, ang lugar ko sa ng border ng US and Canada. In Niagara region, we do have, ito yung mga sectors na meron. So we do have manufacturing, agriculture and business, hospitality, tourism, international business, and logistics. So these are the major sectors of Niagara region. Okay. These are yung mga famous na places or ano yung mga makikita ninyo pag nagpunta kayo sa Niagara. So first is Niagara Falls. This Niagara Falls during the day. And you could also experience the mist of the falls in Niagara Falls. This is Niagara Falls during night. So there are also hotels, casinos, restaurants around the area. If you have US visa, you could go to the US anytime. This is Niagara on the Lake, part din siya ng Niagara region. Niagara on the Lake is the first capital city of Upper Canada. And you could also find this is the yung itsura ng old Canada. We maintained in Niagara on the Lake, and you could also experience winery and breweries here in Niagara on the Lake. Next is you could also pwede kayo ditong tumira, or you could also visit St. Catharines. St. Catharines is the largest city in Niagara region. So living in Niagara, so if you want to have an affordable living and with also high job opportunities, so Niagara region is the place to be. So it is hindi siya city, hindi rin siya province to province, and it is just few hours away from Toronto and US. And also average prices of cost of living in Niagara region is around 400 to 1,000 per month. Here are some of the companies na makikita ninyo sa Niagara region. You would notice or yung mga notable na mga companies. There are Convergys, Sheraton, Hilton, Ford, GE, Mitsubishi. So these are the companies around Niagara region. Last is Service Canada or the and the Canadian Border Services Agency is nasa Niagara region din. About Niagara College, so Niagara College is a public institution. We do offer more than 100 programs for international students. We do have career services. 9 out of 10 of our graduates gain employment within 6 months. We are also the #1 research college in Ontario. We do have 2 campuses in Niagara region, one in Welland and one in Niagara on the Lake. It's just 10 to 20 minutes away from each other. And also, pwede kayong tumira kahit malapit sa Niagara Falls. So you have, it could be Niagara on the Lake, Welland, St. Catharines, or Niagara Falls area. Sa Welland campus, ito yung campus namin which houses allied health and nursing, media and communications, engineering, IT, trades, fitness, or law enforcement studies. So if your program is under this field, ang inyong assigned campus is sa WELAN. If your field is under business, culinary, hospitality, tourism, agriculture, or you want to venture out to other field like winery, brewery, and distillery, ayan, your assigned campus would be sa Daniel J. Patterson sa may Niagara on the Lake. We do have 3 intakes, September, January, and May. Right now, if you're still prepared, you may apply for May intake. Our September intake is still wide open para sa applyan ninyo. Our January 2024 intake will be, we will open the application by February. You may apply for 1-year, 2-year certificates or diplomas or postgraduate certificate. At Niagara College, you may experience work and travel abroad. Pwede kayong sumali sa work and travel abroad namin. We also have student competitions, research. We also have co-op internship and field placement. So parang ito yung OJT ninyo sa inyong program. Or you may also apply to our learning enterprise. So our learning enterprise is Niagara College businesses inside the school. So these businesses are open sa public. These are also, Niagara College is also a tourist destination. So because of our winery, brewery, and distillery, laboratory ng mga students, and pwede kayong mag-apply ng job on campus. For our programs, you may take a screenshot of our programs in the field of study na gusto ninyong applyan. So first is for allied health and fitness. These are our programs, yung allied health and fitness, all healthcare professionals na kasama dito sa Philippines. We also, this comprises ng mga pharmacists, dentists, doctors, and the like, mga medtechs. Another field of study is nursing and PSW, or personal support worker. These are our postgraduate nursing program. PSW is open for caregivers, midwives, and other healthcare professionals. Another field of study is sa education side or sa community side. So we have pwede mga social workers, teachers, psychologists dito sa field of study na to. Next is justice and law. If you want to serve or to experience, to study Canadian law, or to know, or to venture out sa law sa Canada, we do have 3 dedicated programs for justice and law. Next is information technology or IT. We also have diploma programs for IT. You may choose from our 3 IT programs. If you are into media and communications, we have diploma programs and postgraduate programs. For media and communications, we have 2 postgraduate programs, and all other programs are already diploma. This is our last program for our Welland campus, engineering and trades and technology. You could be an engineer, or if you want to hone your skills in the trade sector, dito kayo sa engineering and technology sector. In our Daniel J. Patterson campus sa Niagara on the Lake, since you're going to study near the #1 tourist destination in Canada, we have postgraduate in hospitality and tourism. We also offer diploma programs in hospitality and tourism. We also have different programs in business. It could be postgraduate, diploma, and certificate in business accounting, general international business, sales and marketing, human resource, supply chain, office administration, or business analytics. If you're into culinary arts, You may apply for our 2-year culinary program or 1-year culinary program that mag-iba it into baking or the culinary skills. Or yun nga, another field naman ng pag-aaral ng sa hospitality and tourism industry beverages. So we do have winery, brewery, and distillery. Last but not the least, Niagara region is nasa dulo siya ng Niagara Escarpment, which the reason why we also have agriculture, environmental, and horticulture programs. You may apply for the 1-year certificate, postgraduate certificate, or diploma programs in co-op or academic track. Ayan, yan na yung mga programs ng Niagara College. Now, when you study at Niagara College, we offer medical insurance. Ayan, so medical insurance is already included in your tuition fee. We also have support through our academic advisor, peer tutors, or yung mga kapwa ninyong mga estudyante. We also have licensed immigration consultant on campus para tulungan kayo. Career center and employment support, housing and accommodations, and of course, so since we need to be fit and healthy, so we do have gym facilities on campus through our athletics and recreation and mga recreational activities like bingo nights, karaoke nights. So para ma-enjoy nyo din yung pag-aaral ninyo and yung pag-stay ninyo sa Canada. Another frequently asked question is housing. How much is the housing within Niagara region? We do have, I could recommend 2. So first is staying with a Canadian family. It's called homestay or landing pad. So homestay or landing pad, it would cost you $850 per month, including 3 meals per day. So if you're staying with a Canadian family, kasama na yung meals doon sa inyong rent per month. Or if you want to stay on your own, we do have off-campus housing. So off-campus housing in Niagara region for a single person is around $400 to $600 per month for a single person. You may reach out to our housing department, or you may join our Facebook group for Filipinos, because our Filipino students are also helping out newcomers for our housing. Naghahanap din sila ng mga housemates and nagpo-post din sila ng mga housing and tinutulungan nila yung mga landlords, so helping each other within the community. Our admission requirements, so we just need to have or request 2 documents from you. For Filipinos, we do request only college transcript and diploma. So for your transcript and diploma, if you're a college graduate, well, you don't need to submit your high school requirements. For our high school graduates or college undergraduates, we will request your high school transcript and diploma. So that's it. We also accept students from the old curriculum, basta high school graduate from the Philippines. We don't have any tuition fee deposit to get the official letter of acceptance. Once Kanata applied you sa Niagara College, you will receive your official letter of acceptance. You may also apply for 2 programs at the same time. So para siyang choice A and choice B ninyo kapag nag-a-apply kayo sa Niagara College. Tuition fee is around 16,000 to 18,000 Canadian dollars for 1 academic year. It already includes your medical insurance, your miscellaneous, doon sa inyong invoice. And also we are also requesting just 1 semester payment before your due date. Due date is usually 4 months before the intake. So if you are for September intake, the payment deadline would be ngayong May pa. We also offer 2,000 Canadian dollars scholarship. If you're going to apply through Kanata to Niagara College, you may apply for the 2,000 Canadian dollars scholarship. So eligible na kayo for that scholarship. Niagara College is also eligible for the post-graduation work permit. If you study with us, for 1 year din yung PGWP natin. If you study for 2 years or more, you are eligible for the 2 to 3 years post-graduation work permit. While you're a student, you may work 20 hours off campus. And if you want to have extra income habang kayo'y nag-aaral, you may apply for an on-campus job. It's 12 hours on top of the 20 hours per week. So yun yung inyong opportunity while you're studying at Niagara College. So yung kanina, yung mga pinakita kong learning enterprise, hindi lang doon limited yung on-campus job opportunities. Please do follow us on Facebook and Instagram. So these are the official Facebook and Instagram of the Filipino community. So you may follow up and connect with other Filipino students. And again, I'm Divine Lacuna. I'm the Global Business Development Senior Officer of Niagara College. Hopefully, I could see you soon sa Niagara College. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you so much for that wonderful presentation, Divine. Again, Niagara College, located in Welland or Niagara. So they're very near the #1 tourist attraction, Niagara Falls. So if you're one for sites, definitely do not put this one out of your list. Okay. Okay, we'll be proceeding with Kanata's services and discuss what we do, what we are as a company. So Sir Roy will be the one presenting. Roy, are you ready to present? Roy, I think you're on mute.
Yes, yeah, ready naman na.
Okay.
Nais ko lang yung all right. So welcome to our info session for tonight. Thank you for RC and Miss Divine for their wonderful presentation and very informative or detailed presentation. So here in Kanata, I will explain how can we help as an agency. Okay, so our today's topic is who we are as an agency, our services or what we can offer to you, what about Canada, what is there, processes and opportunities, and of course your future plans. So Kanata originates, or the word Kanata is where the Canada name derives from. So it means village or coming together. So we are one of the leading agencies in Manila with over 5 years experience in visa processing and with direct partnership with the schools in Canada. Our mission is to achieve or their dream by providing our services at no extra cost. So we provide free assessments. We represent you to the schools that you choose to apply. Provide the list of documents that you need for and guidelines for your application, and of course, we assist you all throughout the process. And Canada is the second largest country by land. So it has 10 provinces, 3 territories, 4 regions. So what is there in Canada? Why is everyone is attracted to apply in Canada? Of course, there is international accreditation, the affordability comparing to other countries. They promote inclusivity or diverse culture, global language education, world-class innovative, and then of course, the possible migration and unlimited opportunities that awaits you. So here are the benefits of an international student. But before we dwell on the benefits, you all must um, remember the rules or what we should follow in applying as an international student. So always enroll at the DLI, make progress towards completing your program, and respect the conditions of your student permit. Stop studying if you do not meet the requirements, and leave Canada when your permit expires. So here's the number one benefit that you have being an international student. So you can work while you're studying. So it could be on campus, off campus, or through co-op. So if on campus you don't need a work permit, same goes with off campus. All you need to consider is the program needs to be or already started. And with co-op, it is always incorporated with a program. So it's like an OJT dito sa atin. Same as or could be paid or not paid. So with work, we have limited hours. For during your school semester, you can only work for 20 hours. And during your semestral breaks or holiday breaks, you can work full time or 40 hours per week. So second benefit is you can stay after your program. So in Canada, if your program is less than 8 months, you're not eligible for the postgraduate work permits. And if your program is a 1 year program, you will be eligible up for a 1 year postgraduate work permit also. If your program is 2 years or above, you will be eligible up to 3 years postgraduate work permit. So here are the guidelines if you're planning to apply for a 1 year or a 2 year program. So last benefit is you can bring your dependents. So these are the ones that only are considered to be as dependents: your spouse or common law partner, and then your children. So what are the documents that you need to prepare if you're wondering? Of course, you need your valid passport, your birth certificate, academic transcripts, diploma, COE, valid IDs, IELTS results if needed. But for the two presenters tonight, we don't need an IELTS exam. And of course, your resume. So what are the processes that we need to follow? So first is we need to have a one-on-one consultation with our counselor, so we can provide and recommend programs that fits your background, and we can also guide you and for the process. Gather and submit the required documents, and then we can apply to your chosen school, to a DLI. Wait for the letter of acceptance. Once the letter of acceptance has been released, you can confirm and pay your tuition fee. And then we will proceed with the application for your visa, which is you need to get a medical test, complete the requirements for visa, and we will submit it for you. So for visa requirements or for visa application, there are two kinds. The regular stream, which is the most preferred application of the students. The second one is the study direction, which is the straightforward type of application. So here's a comparison between the two. With regular stream, you only need a 1 semester tuition fee, or you only need to settle 1 year tuition fee. With study direct stream, you will be needing to settle 1 year tuition fee. And for the proof of financial capacity, so in this sector or factor of the regular stream, you need to have a financial guarantor. So you will be needing, or this is the minimum show money that you need: the 1 year tuition fee and the 1 year living cost of 10,000 Canadian dollars. For study direct stream, you only need a GIC or guaranteed investment certificate of 10,000 Canadian dollars. So this one, regular stream, doesn't require IELTS, but for study direct stream, you need to submit a IELTS results with no lower than 6.0 score. And then both strands or streams, you need to have a LOA from school, study plan, and the proof of identity. So how can we help for as an agency to your application? So we can provide you free assessment, unlimited consultation, so you can ask us about your status, what will be your next steps after applying, or giving us your documents. So you can always contact us with the direct channel, and we will assist you all throughout the process. All you need to have is a security deposit of 10,500 pesos, which will be consumable for your visa application fees and biometrics fees. So, so make sure to give us a follow on our socials, which is our Facebook. Here's our contact number and Instagram, and then here's our office for Makati. So you can visit us or at their physical office at Makati. So we're located at the Enterprise Tower 2, Ayala Avenue, Paseo de Rocas. And you can follow us at the YouTube channel. So this is Miss Kat. She's uploading very informative videos and success stories of our students that has gone through the process and made it to Canada and starting their journey as an international student. So to Kanata, thank you for listening to our presentation, and hopefully we can talk to you soon and assist you in applying to study in Canada. Thank you. So our Q&A is floor is already open. Andre.
Okay, thank you so much, Roy. Okay, okay, that's who we are as a company. We do assist our students, even your dependents. So, if you have any partners or children, you can also include them in the application. More on that later. So we'll be proceeding with the questions. So, okay, first question that we have here. How's the cost of living in Toronto? Okay. Well, to preface this, the cost of living are very subjective. It really depends upon the lifestyle of the family and the student. So, if you're more into eating out, eating in restaurants, or maybe into luxurious items, definitely that will be that you'll have to consider your funds for the living expenses. But yeah, other than that, the prescribed show money should be able to stretch out for up to 1.5 to 2 years. So uh, do take note of that. Anything you want to add, Roy? Oh, Roy?
Yeah. Here's a question about from Janice. So she's asking if there is a program for agriculture or related in agriculture. So both schools have related programs in agriculture. They have environmental technology and horticulture. So you can also check that. And if you want a tailor fit recommendation for you, we advise you to have or to book a consultation call with us so we can assist you in your inquiries and help you to decide in what specific program that fits your background.
Okay. Another question here. Are we eligible for student loans? Well, student loan is a bit of a different term. There are some entry scholarships for some schools. I think it's best if the school reps answer this so that they can provide you with insight. So let's start with RC. RC, do you have any sort of financial assistance that you can provide to the students in terms of like scholarships or any form?
Thanks, Andre. I mentioned earlier about the 1+1, but that's mostly on the second year. And with our other scholarships as well for international students, it's mostly available only on the start of their second year. So we will have them fill out our dollars to doorway survey. And after filling that out, we'll know which scholarships could be available for them. It usually ranges from 500 to 3,000 CAD, depending on the scholarship or grant.
Okay. How about you, Divine? Anything to add on that?
Yes, for Niagara College, we do have 2,000 entrance scholarship for all our applicants as long as they will apply to Niagara College through Kanata. So that is the first condition. That is for entrance scholarship. If they will have apply for their second year, we do have a lot of entrance scholarship ranging from second year scholarship ranging from 500 to 2,000 Canadian dollars. Pero sa in Canada na yun. So first is entrance scholarship.
Okay, thank you so much for both reps. Roy, anything you want to add?
Um, I have a question for the both of the school reps. For the timeline of their LOAs or offer letters, can you provide or an estimate for their LOAs once they decided to apply? So, can you give us an idea? RC first.
Thanks, Roy. For us, well, processing time is usually 1 to 3 weeks, depending on if it's our peak application period. Right now, it's still pre-application period, so it can take some time. But once that's already done, well, we usually process in 1 to 2 weeks. And we just have to make sure as well that we're already processing for that intake. So right now, we're only processing for September 2023 because our May 2023 is already full and closed. So we're only processing for September right now. We will start processing for January around June or July.
Okay.
Okay.
Here's another question from one of the
For Miss Divine,
audience.
how about
Oh,
the process for
sorry.
Yes, it usually 7 to 10 business days. But there is also a waiting period if they applied for a program na we call competitive. Competitive is para siyang quota course natin dito sa Philippines. So, if the program is competitive or require the portfolio, mas mahaba. Pero all programs is around 7 to 10 business days.
Okay, thank you for that detailed information, Andre.
Okay. Sorry about that earlier. Anyways, proceeding to our questions. We have here a question in regards to how much should we prepare plus the proof of funds. So, well, this is a very subjective topic. It depends on a lot of factors. It depends on where you're applying, how many dependents you will bring. So for that, we do recommend that you book a consultation with us so that we can discuss in detail the fees that you need to prepare, the funds that you need to prepare, and so on and so forth. Okay. Okay. Roy, any questions?
I have here a question for a specific program. So for both schools, what is the required or minimum score test for an IELTS exam applying for a pharmacy technician program? You first, RC.
For Centennial, I think it's pretty much the same. It's 6.5, no bands below 6. Academic. Yeah.
Thanks, RC.
It is same with Niagara College. So it's regulated by the Pharmacy Technician Board. 6.5 overall, no band lower 6.0, IELTS academic.
Thank you so much for this answer.
Okay. I have a question here. What about the students who has dependents? Do you also process their documents? Is it still free of charge? Okay. For our students, mainly the student permit applicants, we don't have any processing fees, so it's completely free. You just have to sell the security deposit of 10,500 pesos. For the dependents, there are some respective assistance fees. So more on that if you book a consultation so that we can provide you with the exact amounts. Okay. Any questions? Roy?
For the both schools, someone asked what is the number one reason for refusal of LOA, or if there is any refusal for LOA, what can they do or what are their options? So especially if they are you strict with grades, if they have failing grades. So RC.
It's really a more of a case-to-case basis. Sometimes it depends on their ties to the Philippines. Sometimes it can be in the financial documents that they presented, and sometimes it's just in the explanation that they would make in their statement of purpose. So really, it's really ideal if you would start up your application with one of our partner institutions. And we've also noticed that in my applications for Centennial that students who apply with one of our partners are generally have better chances in getting their study permit approved. And of course, we have Kanata here who can definitely help you out in making sure that you avoid some of those mistakes as well.
Miss Divine?
Sorry, and the question is about the letter of acceptance
Yes,
refusal.
LOA.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
Oh, sorry, I thought study
okay,
permit.
Sir RC.
Sorry for that. I know
the
study permit. For the
6th year
uh,
RC.
thanks for the clarification, Divine. Okay.
RC, sige. Ikaw muna.
Sorry for the LOA. Some only a few programs would have additional academic a certain academic scores required. I think we have that for our pharmacy technician, which requires your science subjects to be at least 80. And then for other programs, it's more on for specifically our postgraduate certificate programs. It's more on having enough academic background or relevant work experiences as well. Most of our programs require at least 2 years of enough relevant work experience plus you should have already completed your bachelor's, and some programs will require a portfolio review as well. So it depends as well on the outcome on that.
Okay, for Niagara College, first is yung pharmacy technician. If you don't have any IELTS, so definitely it would your application would not be considered kasi mahigpit talaga si pharmacy technician. You need to have IELTS. Second, that mahigpit is PSW. So if you're applying for personal support worker, you need to have biology. As in, may nakalagay siyang biology sa transcript ninyo. Third na mahigpit is nursing. You need to be graduate kayo ng bachelor's degree of nursing. All other programs, hindi ka may mahigpit unless you will not send portfolio. Pero few program, maybe 2 to 3 programs lang yung nanghihingi ng portfolio. So yun lang. That is the 3 most na common na hindi nakakakuha ng LO.
Okay, thank you, RC and Miss Divine. Andre?
Okay, one question is asking, the payment of 10,500 says that it will be used for processing the visa and biometrics. What if some of us have biometrics already? Will it be deducted? Okay, for those that already have a record of their biometrics with the VFS, you don't need to get another biometrics for the next 10 years. So it depends on when you were, when the biometrics was taken. So if it's within the last 10 years, it should still be valid upon your application. But if it's older than that, you'll most likely need to renew it. Okay. Now this applies not just for the student, it also applies for the dependents as well. So if they do have existing biometrics, they don't need to take an additional one.
I have a question here for our process. So just want to repeat for security deposit that's consumable for visa application fees and biometrics fees. So we don't collect any processing fees for students only. But however, if you wanted to bring your dependents, which is your spouse or common law partner, and children, that's the only time you collect processing fees. So that would be 30,000 for your spouse or common law and 10,000 for your children. So that would be our processing fees. So just to clear out the question or clarify the questions here, and for both schools, they are accepting K-12 graduates. So their question is, they accepting K-12 graduates. So yes, they are eligible to apply for LOA. And also we can assist you. So if you want to tailor fit recommendations for your programs, you can book us at the link that was sent to the chat for your one-on-one consultation. Andre, do you have questions there?
Okay, one of our members is asking, how is the process to start the consultation? So if you look in the chat, there's a message from our page with a link on it on how to book your consultation. Just click on that link so that we can provide a schedule on when we'll be conducting the consultation with our counselors. So the counselors you'll be talking to are highly qualified. They'll be able to provide you with top-notch recommendations based on your background or any program that you prefer. Okay. Okay. Another question here. What are the documents that I need to prepare for starting out the application? Okay, in regards to the documents, schools usually need the academic transcripts. So these include the diplomas and your record of grades. So it's the Form 137 or the transcript of records for both college and high school. But there are some programs that do not require a high school. Uh, I think it's best if we let the representatives answer. So RC.
For the requirements, correct?
Yeah. So one of the members is asking if they what are the documents that they need to prepare?
Yeah. For us, you will need your high school and college transcripts and diploma, um, resume for some programs, and then also the medium of instruction letter so that we can waive the IELTS or English proficiency test.
Okay, for Niagara College, we're just going to request if your college transcript, your college graduate, college transcript, and college diploma. If you're high school graduate or college undergraduate, high school transcript, high school diploma, and college transcript. If you're married, please provide your marriage certificate para mapatunayan na you change your name. We also accept students from alternative learning system. Ayan, basta high school graduate ng Philippine curriculum, old and new, we accept.
Okay. I'd like to add that you'll also be needing to provide your passport, since it will be required for the admissions to evaluate your profile as well. So please do include that in your application. And if you are married, like Divine said, you'll also be providing your marriage certificate. If you have your old name on your passport and still haven't renewed it yet, since you're newly married, we would recommend that you renew your passport to your updated married name so that we can use that in your letter of acceptance. Okay. Roy, any questions?
We have a question here from YouTube, and she's asking about if she can or do we assist in making or SOP or the statement of purpose. So we can discuss it more on the consultation, but we do assist in SOP, but we can discuss it more on our consultation call. So, and then yeah, that's the question from YouTube channel. So Andre.
Okay, I think we have time for one more question here. Okay, there is a question here. I graduated high school 26 years ago. Records are not available anymore. She's currently 43 right now and a graduate of MBA. Okay, for this particular profile, we do suggest that you book a consultation with us so that we can discuss in detail on how to go about your profile. In general, if your high school is already closed or your records are no longer available or they can't provide it, we would recommend that you reach out to your regional DepEd where your high school is located and ask them for a copy of the record since they usually do have that. Okay. Same goes for other academic transcripts like your TOR, diplomas. So those, reach out to your DepEd, local DepEd, so that you can request for any sort of copy that they might have. Okay, I believe that wraps it up for all of our questions for tonight. Thank you so much, everyone, for participating in this wonderful information session with Centennial and Niagara College. And thank you so much for RC and Divine for presenting their respective schools. So we do hope that you like their presentations, and we're hoping that we we get some new students as well. So, Roy, anything you want to add before we get to the ending?
Yeah. I just wanna thank the joiners or the members of this Zoom room. So I just want to thank you guys for attending our info session, and looking forward for your applications for the both of schools here in our info sessions. And have a good night, everyone. Happy weekend.
Okay. Happy weekend, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay. The representatives, could you stay for a bit so that we can take a picture?
Okay, sure.
Okay. Okay, Roy, would you mind taking the picture? I'm not quite tech savvy with
Sige, sige. Okay.
sige.
1, 2, 3. Okay, isa pa.
Okay.
All right. 1, 2, 3. All right. Thank you so much,
Okay. Thank you
RC
so
and
much,
Miss
RC and
Divine.
Divine.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Dave.
everyone.
Thank you.
Happy
Good night.
Happy
weekend.
Bye,
weekend.
Divine.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.